Guys, welcome to a very special edition of the Let's Talk Fishing podcast. Let's Talk Fishing podcast is brought to you by Grant Rods, the American Bass Club, Crush, and Shangaloo Outdoors. I am just excited about this. Shortly after I started doing Let's Talk Fishing podcast, I met J.B.Wiggins from Vector Hooks, and we've grown together. We've done a lot of podcasts. I've done probably 50 podcasts with his pro staffers. And I tell you, he's got one of the most active, some of the best promoters in the business. But without further ado, here he is, the boss man himself, J.B.Wiggins. How are you doing tonight, J.B.?
Not too bad, Jay. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. And look at this. Cajun Rob has already commented. The man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, yeah.
Rob Welsh is a huge fan of the Let's Talk Fishing podcast. I think he's watched every single one I've ever done. So
yeah, he's on here a lot. So
he's a good man. Good man.
Oh yeah, I can't complain. Like I said, we've got a lot of guys on our team that go above and beyond, and Rob's definitely one of those that help us out when we need them.
That's what I was telling Jeremy May last week, that you guys have the most active pro staff I've ever had the pleasure of working with.
Yeah, like I said, we've got a good group of guys and girls up there. Like I said, there's a few that we've been on the road doing shows, and at the last show we had a guy, I couldn't find anybody, and we had a guy come in from Colorado to Oklahoma to help out.
Wow.
Todd,
well, you've been busy, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I've been all over the place. I've already driven about 10,000 miles this year, and I think if I looked at my Hilton Honors app, I've been in a hotel like 30. I'm sorry. Yeah, 30, 38, 39 days already this year.
So you haven't been home yet?
I'm home right now, actually.
Good for you.
I'm home for, I don't know, a week and a half. I'm going to the Elite Series weigh-in tomorrow up on Lake Seminole. They're up here in my backyard.
There you go.
Weekend, so me and my dad are going to go up there and take the day off, and then back to work right after that. Next week I got meetings in Alabama, and then the following week we've got the Alabama fishing show in Gadsden, Alabama. So it's a first-time show over there. It's the same people that put on the East Tennessee Fishing Expo.
Oh, there you go. Are you going to the East Tennessee Fishing Expo?
No, they already had that one this year.
Okay.
We were planning on going to the Classic, and then they said the Classic was sold out, so we changed some stuff around. So we didn't go to the East Tennessee one because of that reason. But we've done Kansas City, El Reno, Oklahoma, Columbus, Ohio, Boxborough, Massachusetts, and somewhere else. I'm forgetting where else I've been.
I know you were just in Oklahoma.
Yeah, we were just in Oklahoma, and then, like I said, Kansas City. We're headed to Alabama in a week and a half, and then I leave from Alabama and go straight to the Fort Worth Expo, and then I'll be home for, I don't know, maybe 48 hours, 72 hours. Basically, do laundry, unload, and then we've got one of our guys is doing a booth at the Rattlesnake Rodeo in Alabama. So we're going to stop by there that Friday, say hello. And then after that, I'm going to head up to the Classic. And even though we don't have a booth, I'm still going to go up there and hang out for a couple of days. Because typically we're always there in the booth, and I don't get to go walk around and talk to people and really have any fun with it other than just working. So I'm going to take a day or two and go up there. Plus, we've got a lot of stores in that area. So I'm going to take some time and go to those stores and shoot some content and say hello to everyone that supports us.
So I know that J.B.Wiggins doesn't sleep. So what's new? Yeah. What's new and exciting at Vector Hooks?
Like I said, we've been all over the country this year. We've signed a bunch of new stores. At the end of December, I got a new business partner.
There you go.
We are definitely growing. Been busier than we ever have been. Like I said, I've already logged well over 10,000 miles since the middle of January. So, um, but we're growing. Like I said, we're hitting up the expo circuit this year. We've got a few new sales guys out there in some different areas. So our goal is to get into some more stores, get into some more manufacturers. We've got a lot of new product that's getting ready to launch, as well as a lot of OEM stuff. So we just signed on quite a few new bait companies that we're working with. Active Catch, Reckless Rodents. There's a couple other ones I can't think of right off the top of my head, but we're every day we're signing new companies that are using our product, and we're pretty excited about it.
Don't you have a new wacky rig hook?
Yeah, well, it's not new. We've had it out for a little while now, but the new stuff that's coming out, we finally got our thicker flipping hook ready for our braided flipping hook, our Mayhem HD. We'll still have the original Mayhem. There's nothing wrong with it. We just made one a little bit beefier as well. Um, we've been working on a lot of OEM stuff, so a lot of 30, 60, 45, 90 degree jig hook type stuff. So other bait manufacturers that want to put our hooks in their product, we've now got that in stock. We've a lot of Aberdeen hooks that should be here any day now. So we've got the bass side pretty much locked down. I mean, there's always a few things that we could always add to it, and we eventually will, but we're now shooting this year for more of the panfish, crappie, and the saltwater side of things to play catch up.
So what the new or your not so new wacky rig hook? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is how is the last wacky rig hook you made?
Well, the first wacky rig hook was actually supposed to be a nose drop shot hook, and they labeled the package wrong. So, so there's definitely a major difference. So, the original one that said wacky on it's actually our cut SSW. It's our nose drop shot hook. Our actual wacky hook's got a way wider gap on it. Let's see. So, way wider gap on it.
Okay, that looks pretty beefy too.
Yeah.
And what size is
it? That one's a 2/0, so I grabbed the bigger one just so I could show you.
Sure.
They're a little bit thicker than your traditional wacky rig hook, but we did that because realistically around here you're only throwing it once or twice a year anyway, and chances are every boat that's gone past that same log, same stump, same dock has probably thrown the same thing at some point in time throughout the day, trying to locate bedding fish or fish, in a pre-spawn activity. So with that one right there being a little bit heavier of a gauge, it makes your bait fall at a little bit different rate. So if 50 people come through there and they're all using the same light wire one with a weed guard on it, and the same, say Yamamoto bait, Cinco, they're all falling the same. So that fish has seen that bait 200 times. You come in with something a little bit different, changes the scenario, changes the pattern up a little bit, and get a few more reaction strikes out of it.
nice? And the new Mayhem jigging. Oh, geez, I just lost my train of thought. I apologize.
No, you're good.
The new Mayhem jigging hooks.
Flipping hook.
I'm sorry, flipping
No,
hooks.
you're
Good
good. It's
Lord, they're. Why did you decide to make them bigger?
well, in Florida, we so the regular Mayhems are great for what we originally designed them for, which is more flipping around docks and structure and stuff like that. You're typically throwing that on uh, fluorocarbon. So we needed something. So for our people in South Florida, Texas that are flipping into big hydrilla mats, big hyacinth mat, stuff like that. You hook into an 8, 10, 12 pound fish plus 20, 30 pounds of grass and mat on there, you know, with 80, 60 to 80 pound braid, no drag. You're swinging for the fences. So you're trying to get it out of there as fast as possible. So you want
Yes.
as much, meat and potatoes behind you as you can possibly get.
I get that, man. I fished down here in southern Louisiana around cypress knees.
Yeah.
You got to get them out of that now.
Oh yeah.
If you
It's
play
just,
with the bass around cypress knees, it's not going to end well.
yeah, it's just like same reason we made an offset HD uh for just a heavier application. Like I said, there's times down here that we may throw 10 pound fluoro on something, but then the next day we might be out flipping 40, 60, 80 pound braid as well. So just have something that hits all the markets.
The first time I used the Mayhem flipping hooks was with Jane Simmons, who was another one of the great members of your pro staff, and we
Yep.
were punching weed mats down here in southern Louisiana. Actually, it was real close to the coast, and he actually taught me how to punch with the
Yeah.
Mayhem flipping hooks.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's at this year at the show, between that and the tornado troubles, it's been our number one and number two sellers. A lot of people, we're new still. People haven't heard of us, so when they walk by, we put it in their hand. Next thing you know, they're leaving with 4, 5, 6 packs of them.
And they're also leaving with a hook in their hand.
Yeah, Jeremy. Jeremy just had to have another one surgically removed.
Jeremy, I'm trying to show you guys what this looks like. It's kind of hard to show but you can see that's offset.
Yeah, it's got a slight twist to it. I mean, it's a lot of people are like, oh, it's the old Excalibur hook. That's exactly what we mimicked it off of. They had a great hook design back in the day. Material wasn't the greatest. It broke out. So when they switched everything over to, Pradco bought them out and switched everything over to Booyah, they did away with it. So we redesigned it, made it our own, changed it a little bit. So yes, it is something that people have seen before. It's just been a long time since they've seen it. But like I said, we didn't reinvent the wheel. We just tried to make the wheel a little bit better.
Well, I like these tornado trebles, and I'm in the process of putting them on all of everything that I have troubles on. I'm in the process of switching that over, folks. And also, I'm going to get some more wacky rigging hooks, because anybody who follows my show knows I love the wacky rig. I just,
Oh yeah.
it just plain catches fish, and people, well, it doesn't catch big. My personal best is only 7 pounds, and I'm gonna surpass that this year.
And mine's only a little over 8, so don't feel bad. I mean, I live.
He lives in Florida.
Yeah,
Well, in southern Louisiana.
I've had 3 people on the boat with me catch double digits on the back of my own boat, but I can't catch one to save my life. Now I can go out and catch 25, 30, even 35-pound bag numerous times throughout the year, but I can't catch a double digit to save my life.
Well, I just did a show with the lady who runs the Texas Sharelunker program.
Yeah.
Texas is where we need to go. OH Ivy 17.03, Jason Kahn. Toledo Bend 15.67 during a tournament.
Oh yeah. But thing is with OH Ivy is it's don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of fish in there to be caught, but everybody and their brother is, now that they've got live scope, go there and blow it out the water. So I'm gonna catch one. Like I said, there's a bunch of them in this lake.
In Talquin?
Yep, 20 or 30 of them caught every year. There's one back there on the wall right there. But I just, it's,
well,
they just keep eluding me. So,
and that's the reason you haven't caught one, is because you work 23 hours a day.
That's pretty close. Now's that time of year where they're starting to.
Yeah, this is the time of the year for Johnny. This is the time of the year for Giants.
Yeah, they're starting to move up and everything, and so that's actually what I was in here doing before I hopped on here. Is had to find all my paperwork so I can go get new tags and everything put on the boat this tomorrow. So that way, next week, while I'm home, I can do a little bit of fishing maybe before I hit the road again. Because then I'll be on the road again for another 3 weeks. And then when I get back, we've got the big talc one open, which is normally 120 boat field, um, including Elite Series guys, MLF guys. There'll be a lot of big name guys come here to support this tournament. So has nothing to do with our company. It's just a local thing that's been going on for years. So, um, I mean, for example, 2 years ago, Drew Cook and his dad won it, which was pretty cool, to go out and fish against those guys. So, um, we got that going on Easter weekend, so we'll be there for that. And then 2 weeks after that, we've got our annual Beat the Boss event here at Lake
There you
Talcott.
go.
So, if for those of you that aren't familiar with it, every year we have a little team event. Whether you've used our product for a day or you've been here for 4 years now, information's on Facebook under the owners group page. Just log in there, check it out. But it's April 28th, April 28th, 29th, and 30th. We'll fish Saturday and Sunday. There's a meeting and get together on Friday before, draw boat numbers and all that. Saturday, we've got Chef Cajun Jay from Louisiana coming in. He's going to be cooking fresh beignets in the morning, and then he's got gumbo and something else.
Jambalaya.
Yeah, jambalaya, gumbo, and some other Cajun cuisines that he's bringing with us. So he'll be out there cooking for us all day. We fish, from safe light till 3 o'clock on day one, and the second day till 1. That gives everybody a couple extra hours to pack up and head on home. But it's more of like I said, don't get me wrong, there is money on the line, but it's more of bragging rights and just to get the guys and the gals together, to hang out, have a good time. Last year we had probably 60 people that piled in over at my mom and dad's house. And had the horseshoe pit going and the cornhole board, and the kids were all chasing the dogs, and the guys were all telling lies to each other. And, we had a fire and everything. So it's always a good time. It's family friendly. So if you want to come out, it's like I said, it's April 28th, 29th, and 30th. It's here in Quincy, Florida on beautiful Lake Talquin, and it'll be hosted at Ingram's Marina. If you're looking to stay there, you need to call them on the phone because they block everything out online, so that way it doesn't all get sold out. But if you do call them, they will have they've got anything from tent camping to campers to houses to trailers to cabins. So and if that fills up, there's another place called the Whip. It's literally attached to it right beside it. And if that fills up, there's a couple of hotels 5-6 minutes up the road as well.
Okay, guys, and if you're interested in seeing Vector Hook's inventory or even ordering some, the crawler on the bottom of the screen, vectorhooks.com. Vectorhooks.com. I use these hooks, guys. I wouldn't, I don't promote any company I don't believe in. And also, in order for me to really partner with a company, I have to know the owner. And I met JB well over 3 years ago, and we've been working together ever since.
I was going to say, we hadn't been in business long, and you guys, you were just getting started because we were helping each other cross promote there in the beginning, and then your thing kind of took off. We kind of took off, and we kind of went our separate ways. But about every 2 or 3 months, we try to get back together. Like I said, you still got to come. You still got to come with us to one of the expos because last time you were having some medical issues that we had to get you squared away.
I still haven't squared that away totally. I got the operation and I'm still suffering with incredible pain. So I don't do a whole lot of traveling.
You don't, but I can tell you this: there was a couple of month period where you didn't even do these. So
there was. You're right.
You're obviously going in the right direction. So, like I said, we're all pulling for you. Hopefully, everything gets back to normal.
Well, thank you. Speaking of expos, Cajun Rob said, said he'd see you at the Classic Boss, and Jeremy May, Mr. Mayhem himself, said, "Hey, honey."
Hey, boo boo. But yeah, Rob, we'll see you there. Yeah, we're here, I got it on my phone. So the March 10th, 11th, and 12th, like I said, we'll be in Gadsden, Alabama. Then we leave there and go to Will Rogers Memorial Stadium or Complex or whatever the heck it's called over in Fort Worth. The 18th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. Then I'm headed to the Classic on the 23rd through the 26th. But then we've also, when we were up north, we teamed up with a couple of people, and they own a company called Kraz Outdoors, and they distribute for 2 or 3 other big name companies. So they took us on as one of their clients. So
There you go.
So even though we physically won't be there this weekend at the Central Carolina Boat and Fishing Expo in Greensboro, North Carolina, like I said, go look for Crab Outdoors. Uh, they'll have our hooks there. Ask for Randy or Debbie, it's his wife. They'll be able to get you all squared away. March 4th and 5th, they're at the West Virginia show, I believe. And then March 10th and 12th, they're doing the Red Crest for the MLF Championship there in Charlotte. So, and
There
then
you go.
they're actually doing the Louisiana Sportsman Expo March 17th and 19th. So I don't know how close that is to you.
That's real close to me. I'm going to contact them and see if I get tickets.
I won't personally be there. I'll be headed to Texas during that one. But like I said, they will be there. And so any of our staff members that are in any of those areas, we're getting ready to post all this. They would love to have you stop out, maybe help sell some hooks for them and stuff like that.
Jeremy said, "Can we chat about how to get a vector hook out of an earlobe? Doesn't come out using braid, just saying."
Yeah, you need a...
Jeremy, just go to the hospital.
No, that's no fun.
Or you can just cut off the rest of it. You just take a razor blade and
just get you an X-Acto knife like this.
Yeah, there you go.
Look, there's even a piece of skin stuck to that one where I cut my finger earlier.
Yeah,
I'm just glad Jeremy doesn't technically work for me, because I wouldn't be able to afford the workman's comp, because that man has tortured work.
He almost burned down Stalinger's house.
Yeah, it's
he's calling Jeremy Baker now.
Yeah, he's accident prone. Jeremy hits his insurance deductible by the second week of January, so he's smooth sailing for the rest of the year. So
Cajun Rob said it tortured work getting that hook out.
Oh
yeah. Tortured. And then Jeremy says it's just too normal going to the hospital.
Yeah, we're doing those shows, and like I said, we got some new product coming out. We got some new screw lock, weighted and unweighted swim bait hooks coming out, anywhere from small sizes all the way up to like 10 and 12 aught. Like I said, all of the jig hooks. Oh yeah, we got all of our OEM stuff, so all of our jig hooks, spinnerbait hooks, treble hooks. Like I said, we're working with quite a few other companies.
So you have a new business partner too?
I do. His name is Boyd May. No relation to Jeremy, I don't think. I mean,
Boyd May, okay.
They may be cousins down the line or something, but as of now, I don't think so. But yeah, he actually owns a company called Royal Boats. It's a fiberglass stick steer like crappie panfish boat that made right there in outside of Level Plains, Alabama. But me and him, we kind of like you, we got in business together, 3.5 years ago, and he's been very interested ever since. Like I said, he owns 3 or 4 other businesses, or has his hand in some other, business opportunities. So, he's always, asking questions, and man, that'd be cool to get into it, and this and that. And it just so happened that my original partner, was looking to sell his part just because, not for anything bad, but just because he just didn't have time. When we first started, he worked on a truck at Snap-on, and come now December, he's now running $25 million a month in sales. So he didn't have time to really help out with the vector hooks aspect of it. So he put his portion up for sale. We sat down with a couple of potential buyers, and a couple of them just didn't pan out. One of them just was unrealistic, and he hit me up and said, "Hey man, if you still got those investment opportunities, let me know." And I told him a couple of different options, and he's like, "Well, man, I'd really like to just buy your partner out. How's that sound?" I said, "Well, it's funny you should say that." So after a little negotiation, a couple of weeks later, he bought Adam out and signed on at the first of the year. And it's and when I say this, nothing against Adam, because like I said, without Adam, I wouldn't have been able to get to where we're at. So hats off to Adam for helping us out. He's godsend. But uh, it's nice being able to call my partner at 10 o'clock in the morning and ask him a question, and him actually be able to answer or call me right back, because like I said, Adam's so busy. So it was one of those, kind of a catch 22s. He didn't really want to get out of it. He saw the direction we were going and everything, but he knew for us to succeed, he needed to step away and let me get a partner that was a little bit more hands-on. Because who knows, maybe in a few years we get a little bit bigger, he wants to reinvest, and we bring him back on. So, but yeah, as of now, like I said, we've brought in I've brought in another guy, so it's me and Boyd are running the show now, and then we're getting ready to bring on a few board members and hire some new some help in some certain areas. So
Jeremy May asks the question. He says, "Any more updates with Vector Weeks?"
uh, I'm waiting on a couple of marinas to hit me back up so I can solidify the dates. But yes, what Jeremy's talking about is we're going to do a couple of a thing called Vector Week. So obviously we do the Beat the Boss tournament, and that's normally focused towards our bass fishing guys, because that's mostly what I do. So it's that's kind of the route we took with that. So we got a lot of guys and girls that maybe don't bass fish, so they don't, they're not going to waste their week's vacation to come down and go bass fishing. So we completely understand. So what we're going to do is called Vector Week. So we're going to pick out 4 or 5 places, and I'm going to go up there for a week. So like, for example, I know one, I don't know the date yet, but I know one of them is going to be on Lake Chickamauga.
There you go.
We'll go up from like Sunday to Sunday, and check in Sunday. Then Monday, we'll invite everyone out that wants to go catfishing, and we're going to go out and do nothing but filming catfish. And then Tuesday, we'll do crappie, panfish. Wednesday, and each day we'll do something different. Leading up to that Thursday, we'll do nothing but product demonstration videos. And then that Saturday, we'll have a Vector Hooks only tournament based out of the local marina that's open to the public. We'll have more details on that as soon as we get it locked in. But we're working with Tank's Tackle there in Cleveland at Fishtails. He's going to be the host sponsor for the one in Chickamauga. And then we've got a couple of things on our Facebook page asking, where we would get the most, traction. Because obviously, doesn't really matter to me where we go. It's all about how many people we can get to come. And we don't expect people to come out for the whole week. Maybe, you got Tuesday off. Great. Come out and hang out with us on Tuesday and, get some content shot and go back. So, but it's always a good time when we get all the staff together, especially when our elite team shows up that's been there and kind of knows how the stuff runs. So we'll get all that posted, because obviously we'll be asking for people, anybody that's got boats and cameras and stuff like that, because we'll bring in a couple of camera crews, drones, some underwater footage, stuff like that. So we're really putting some money into the marketing side of things this year, and really trying to step up so we can get out there and play with the big boys.
Well, any way I can help you, please let me know. I'm always willing to help you. I do apologize. I haven't contacted you in so long, but
No,
I've
you're
had
good.
on quite a few of your pro staffers. And
Nothing says I want to help you like writing me a check, Jay. No big deal.
yeah, yeah, JB. Nothing says we want to help you.
Yeah, Cash App, PayPal, boat payments, soda cans, whatever you got, we'll take it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have more information on the Vector weeks here to come. Like I said, right now we're just focusing on getting through the rest of this month. We've with the new partner, brought us in some new banking opportunities, and sat down with the bank, and because we were new, they made us a deal. If we could hit a goal for the first 2 months of the year, they'd be willing to help us out with some capital. So we hit it the first month, and we're very close to hitting it here this month. So that's what we're kind of focused on right now, is hitting this goal, and being able to sit down with the bank in the weeks to come to really get a jump start on some of the stuff that we're looking to produce, because we've got a few companies that want some major orders, so we've got to get this stuff here ASAP.
Okay, I get it. Well, is there anything else going on at Vector you'd like to talk about?
I don't think so. Like I said, other than the shows we're doing and new product coming out, we redid the website. Like I said, just everyday growing stuff. There's some products that we're doing away with that we've marked down online. So if you haven't
There
been
you
on
go.
that, look on the website. We are changing it daily, so bear with us as we're making some changes. But like I said, all the changes are strictly for positive reasons. It's just because we're growing, so we're updating this and updating that, and moving forward.
Well, that's awesome. And so, JB, I like to end every one of my shows with shout outs. Is there any shout outs you'd like to do?
Yeah, like I said, obviously, uh, I got to give credit to my original partner, for Adam, for getting us to where we're at. My new partner, and then obviously I couldn't do this without a solid foundation of our elite staff. The two that's on here right now, Jeremy and Cajun Rob, both of those guys. Without them, we wouldn't be nearly as far as we
Yeah.
are. But like I said, other than that, just everybody that's had our back and supports us. So to all the staff, all the customers, all the kids out there that make a big deal when we show up, makes us feel good. Uh, so that would be my shout outs, would be back to the people, because without them, we wouldn't be here. So my shout outs to all the listeners. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you. And Jeremy May said, Jay, can you set up a on the water fishing trip with Bassin Magazine? And Bassin Magazine doesn't have a, a TV show. It's just a Bass magazine. But yeah, I am partnered with Brad Yole of Bass Magazine, and we
We,
do a podcast together.
we can always come do a live podcast with you, Jay. Me and Jeremy will come to Louisiana, and we'll go live from the boat,
That would be great.
because I don't remember when. Jeremy's got to remind me, but he's already coming to Gunnersville, because me and him are fishing one of the big bass tour tournaments there. So I'm
Good.
sure we could always make an extra day or two and slide down to and get us some crawfish while we're there.
Yeah, I mean, the last time you asked, did anybody know any place you can eat crawfish? I called you and told you.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't, I don't trust a whole lot of the restaurants that make crawfish, but man, there's one of them right in the Atchafalaya Basin.
yeah. I forget where it was I went, but that it was good. I ended up eating like 5 or 6 pounds worth. So
That's really not that much.
it's
When
not.
you think most of them have about this much.
Yeah.
that much meat in them.
Yeah, because when I first came in, the lady's like, "Do you want 1, 3, or 5 pounds?" And I'm like, "Ooh, let's just go with 3," you know. And then after about
Yeah.
7 minutes, those were gone. I was like, "Can I get a couple more of those, please and thank
Yeah,
you?"
please. You
But
better eat a lot of the sausage and potatoes, because man,
this year for a
you
couple
gotta
of,
have Bud Light. You gotta have Bud Light with.
I'm not a big beer drinker, but
Well, then moonshine. I mean, that's the only other
yeah, I was
option.
gonna say a little bit of that clear though goes a long way.
Yeah, clear.
I'll be there
There
for
we
you.
go. Cajun Rob said, "I'll be there."
Well, good, Rob. We'll get with you, Rob, because
He cashed. This is hard to say. He cashed a big
we
bash.
cashed the check at the Big Bash Splash.
Yeah, that's
But,
hard to say, man. I mean,
yeah,
that's too complicated, Rob. I can't say that.
I'll get with you, Rob, because like I said, we try to do at least one of those every year, and so we normally take a group, and I know that this year we're looking like it'll be Rob, myself, Jeremy.
And here's Kevin King there too.
Attaboy, Nader. But we'll probably take a crew of 10 or 12 people, so we'll get with you, Rob, and then probably just rent an Airbnb. That way we can all stay together.
And Kevin King said, "I know what you drink. I got you."
He does. He's seen me have a few adult beverages a time or two.
Was that at the infamous Halloween party?
I think everybody saw me drinking at the Halloween party because I went live on Facebook for
You put
20,000.
it all over the internet. We all
Oh
watched.
yeah, 20,000 people saw me having a great time. So we try not to do that anymore. I'm not allowed to have my phone on holidays like that anymore.
Don't worry, I won't tape you for a price.
I didn't do anything bad, but I guess I was real giggly and real talkative. So
There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing, particularly if you come to Louisiana, you're just fit right in.
yeah, I would much rather watch you. I'd much
the way
rather
we
watch
roll.
you giggle and have a good time than to be yelling and pissed off. So
Yeah, like an episode of Cops. Yeah.
But
hey, man, I'd like to thank you I know you're a very busy man. Thank you very much for coming on the Let's Talk Fishing podcast. And guys, Let's Talk Fishing podcast is brought to you by, getting old is not fun. It's brought to you by Crusher Lures, Bass Club, Vector Hooks, Shangaloo Outdoors, and Grant Rods. Stick around for a couple minutes. I want to talk to you. Just
no problem.
No. And also, thank you, everybody, man. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys commenting. I'm going to end it with that.